we have some terrible news to talk about, and it's in regards to the Senate and the Democratic agenda. Now, this is also one of those stories where, unfortunately, I have to say, I told you so. So, Jake Sherman of NBC News and Punchbowl News, he got this scoop behind the scenes. This came out yesterday. He says the following on Twitter: Senate Democrats are now unlikely to try to use fiscal year 2021 budget resolution to put together another reconciliation package, according to 3 sources close to the issue. This is important because it tells us a lot about the Senate's timing. If you remember, Parliamentarian Elizabeth MacDonough ruled that Senate Democrats can use the same budget resolution to pass multiple majority vote reconciliation packages, according to Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's office. Dems used the fiscal year 2021 budget resolution to pass the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan in March, and they could use it again, Democrats say, but senior Democrats privately don't believe they can finish work on the second reconciliation package using the 2021 budget resolution by the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th. That's a long way away. Senate Democrats instead will shift their focus to fiscal year 2022. They can use that budget resolution multiple times as well under McDonough's ruling, and they don't have to worry about the September 30th deadline, Democrats say. But it also means the debate over infrastructure could drag well into the fall, which will put it on a collision path with the government funding and debt limit skirmishes. Okay, so let me break all that down for you. I know that's a lot at once. That last point means they're not going to get anything through on infrastructure at all. That's what that means. Because we're going to have a debate on the debt limit and government funding at the same time we're trying to get an infrastructure package through. Are you kidding me? There's no way you're going to get that passed. At the exact time that they're going to be screaming, the Republicans are going to be screaming about, we spend too much money and we have too big of a deficit and a debt. You think you're going to push through a multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure package in that climate? My ass cheek, son. There's no way you're going to do that. So that's what that point means. Now, the rest of it means, to sum it up as simply as possible, the Democrats are giving up. That's what that means. It means that the Democrats are saying, we're not even going to get anything else through reconciliation, at least until late September. And even then, like I said, it's not going to pass because you have other things that will block it from making any progress. So this is Democrats waving the white flag and saying, we give up. We give up on the Democratic agenda. We give up on the Biden agenda. We're just going to sit here and do Dickie McGee's acts. That's what they're saying. That's exactly what this means. No more attempts at budget reconciliation. Guys, it's May. And they're saying we can't get together a package before September 30th. What? May, June, July, August, all of September. 4 months? 4 months. 4 months? I mean, we can't do it. What this means, guys, is they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. That's what this means. Or they don't want to do it, and it's because they know they can't do it because they know they can't corral Manchin and Sinema and Warner and any of the other holdouts on what their priorities are. And that's another thing that Jeff Stein of the Washington Post was reporting, is that he can't even keep up with all the objections to the Biden tax proposal at this point. You have 1,000 different objections from a bunch of senators, and it looks like Biden has done a terrible job of making the Democrats fall in line, doing a carrot and stick approach, giving them a reason to support the agenda. You know, doing, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, but you have to support the agenda as it is. He hasn't done that. He doesn't know how to do that. And so everything's falling apart. You have 51 Democrats, and you can't even get anything else through reconciliation in the next 4 months? Again, that means you don't want to do it, or you don't think you can do it because you can't corral them. Now, I said at the beginning of this video that there's an I told you so moment in here. The I told you so moment is this. when people would ask me, just before Biden took office, people would ask me, how do you think it's going to go? Like, how's his presidency going to be? And my answer every time, without fail, was this. Joe Biden, early on, will sign a bunch of executive orders that everybody's going to like, that lefties are going to like, that reasonable people are going to like. He's going to immediately go in there and reverse a lot of the Trump things that he can reverse. That's exactly what he did. Then I said, whatever's going to get done, he's going to do it very early on. But then after like the first week or two, they're not going to get anything done. That's what I said. You can go back and watch. You know, one time I was asked it, I think I was on the old Rania Kalik podcast, Left Bitches. That I probably said it in various segments on Secular Talk. But look, it's not like I'm a genius and that's, I have a fucking crystal ball. Don't make a joke about the person crystal ball. It's that this stuff is relatively obvious. So all it takes is like a week or two to get all the executive orders you want to do out of the way, because you know what you want to do going into it, and a lot of it is just reversing the Trump era stuff and going back to Obama era stuff. Okay, he did that. Look, better than nothing. Of course, on that alone you could argue it's better to have Biden in there than Trump, and I'm serious about that. But after that first reconciliation package, yeah, they're sitting around with their thumbs up their asses, because they don't really believe in a comprehensive left-wing vision. They don't know how to fight for that left-wing vision. They don't know how to make other Democrats fall in line and have unity. And so now it's chaos. Now you can't change you can't even change the fucking tax code. You can't even do a small infrastructure package. And this, part of the problem is Biden comes in the negotiation already agreeing with center-right positions. Already with a package for infrastructure that's nowhere near what they say we need to do to even just update our infrastructure. Never mind actually improve it and make it competitive with the best infrastructure in the world. So if you can't even change the tax code, if you can't even do basic infrastructure stuff, you're not good for almost anything. And you're blowing it for the midterms. You're blowing it for the midterms. You're blowing it for 2024, for sure. Because you're in a position where if you delivered on just some of the things that you said you would win. I mean, guys, look, even that watered down COVID stimulus bill, the fact that it gave people some money, Biden's approval rating spiked when that passed. Now, again, it had 1,000 problems with it. They dropped the $15 minimum wage. I criticized it as far as the eye could see. But it was better than nothing. Giving people $1,400 is better than nothing. Now they're saying, we're going to do nothing. And so if Biden doesn't find a way to make up for this, Democrats are fucked in the midterms, and Biden's fucked in 2024, assuming he's still around. I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen. And we're going to do other stories in just a second about some of the other things that Biden is abandoning. But you're going to get clunked. You're going to get destroyed if you do nothing and you say we can't even get any priorities through reconciliation. And these are the same clowns that say, oh, we don't need to get rid of the filibuster and we don't need to reform the filibuster because we can get stuff through regular order. Regular order requires 60 votes. You're saying you can't even get something with 51 votes. You are colossal failures. When you look at the polls on every single issue, people want left-wing solutions. They want to spend money on infrastructure. They want to spend money on jobs. They want paid maternity leave and paid time off. They want to raise taxes on the rich and raise taxes on the corporations. You can't just float a watered-down plan and then completely abandon it and expect to survive in the next election. People are going to say, what did you do other than sign a few executive orders early on, pass one good bill, which was watered down in and of itself? What did you do the rest of the time? You sat there, I don't know, I don't think I can do anything because I'm worried about my stapler and I don't know if I should I fight for something? Oh, no, I cannot fight for anything. I'll get something through 60 votes. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't even get it through 51 votes. Oh my God, I don't know. What am I doing? I'm scared of my own shadow and I believe in absolutely nothing. Vote for me because I'm a good person and I'm better than a Republican. That argument stops working if it looks like you're doing dick. And it looks like you're doing dick because you're doing dick. Don't clip that out of context, please. Oh, man. So there it is. Democrats are waving the white flag. Not only are they not going to get anything through regular order, which was mission impossible, now they're like, reconciliation, we can't do that either. So what are you good for? What are you good for? We sit here and make sure Republicans don't make things actively worse. True. But that's not a convincing argument to the electorate. And if you don't deliver on more things, it's going to be a bloodbath.